on, he should be on the space with us. Sorry for not keeping to time as usual. We don't do African time. It's just unfortunate, but we are here, and the previous space link crashed. Probably that's why he couldn't join through that space link. So please, guys, you can take the next few seconds, next few minutes to share the space. Let's get more Nigerians into the conversation. I myself, I am honestly, I was I was shocked when they said the space was coming up. So I do not really have a full detail of what's going to be discussed today. So I just really want to listen. I really want to follow up with the conversation, and I hope everyone out there also wants to join us in this conversation. So please, guys, share the space as far as possible. Let's get more people into the conversation. I think we have Momi Bolale here also, an avid Nigerian that is really doing great things. Dr. Sheikh is also here. So probably I'll just open up the mic for them to just drop one or two things, the expectations of the space. I think you guys have a better viewpoint than I do of what we should expect today. So I think you guys can take this space probably in 2 minutes each, to put us in a better perspective of what we're expecting today. So, but let them come to you first, and I'll come to you, Sheikh, next. Thank you.
Hello, good evening from my side. I hope everyone is okay. Thank you to those who joined rather quickly. Please, as Saddam has said, please share, repost the space. We've only got 173 reposts, and there's over 1,600 people in the building. Please, if you could, please, while His Excellency is trying to join us, if you can retweet, let's get more people into the building. As Dr. Mo has already said, it's not a long space. It is one in which PO is going to come and share with us some information. He's going to share with us some of his ideas of what the future holds for us as a movement. And, whilst there won't be a lot of questions and answers, because, like I said, it's a short space, but we will provide a mechanism in which you can ask further questions as the space goes on. And we'll try and answer those questions for you. I think, Dr. Anolo, I'm going to ask you to sort of do a quick overview of the sort of stuff that we will be hearing tonight from His Excellency, if you don't mind.
Okay, hi everybody, and thank you very much for being with us on this short notice. But as usual, like Dr. Mo did say earlier on, it is Nigeria where a lot of things are happening per minute, per second. But really much appreciated that you're all joining on short notice. Um, like the space says, is active citizen engagement with His Excellency PO, and a lot of things have brought us together over the years, and we are all have been on that journey together. So it's still going to be, as usual, one of those places where he still gives us a flow in terms of where we're headed, what's the direction, what to expect. The usual engage. He's always been a good listener, so he's also going to listen to people's thoughts and opinions, ideas, and all of that will be taken back and kind of blended to give you some recipe for the future. So, not letting a lot out of the bag. I think there's that idea that what's coming. So I think let's enjoy the suspense for a little bit since he's almost here, and it'd be nice for him to break out what he would be saying to us. So thank you everybody, and please just stay put.
All right, thank you very much, Doctor. I don't know, Century Favor. Thank you for joining. Also, honestly, as I said earlier on, I was called in last minute. Please come in and help as much as possible, to help create the space. I do not have much information on the space. I am as um, uninformed as everybody on the platform is here right now. I just want to get more information from all the people that have set up the space with His Excellency today. And it's always a great feeling being in the midst of Nigerians that really want to see this country prosper, and I want to see a new path in how we do things in the country. And I really, really hope that we have a wonderful space today with His Excellency. Please, guys, as I've always said, my job here is just to keep pushing you guys to share the space, share the space, share the space. Let's get more people in the conversation. I don't know if we could open up the space right now to get people to just react. Um, right now, I don't know if we should do that before His Excellency comes. Dr. Mood, Mumi Bolande, you guys own this space today, so I'm just here trying to help. Let me know how you guys want to run the space today. Should we bring in some people? I see beautiful people that are requesting for the mic already. But do we wait for His Excellency to come, and after he has broken down the whole agenda for today, we can proceed to bring up speakers? I don't know how you guys want us to do this, but please.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, we could have some people come up. That's fine. We could. His Excellency should be up now. I'm trying to look for
Have you
him.
joined? Have you joined the space?
But yes, he said he's been able to click on it, but trying to get him to request for the mic so that he can come up. I know he has a new instrument there with him, so
So maybe all of us can, if he can request for the mic, or we can send him the mic. Please, if anybody can see him on the space, let me know. I can't see him.
No, I can't see him either.
Can't see him. So if you can see him, or probably let me copy the link and send to him directly. Please go on, Dr. Mo, please.
okay. Oh yeah. So while we're trying to get him up, I'm sure we're all used to, until the new Nigeria is born, we're all used to accidental meetings and all of that. So I don't think it's such a surprising thing to any Nigerian. You wake up today, there are people kidnapped and killed. You wake up tomorrow, all kinds of things are happening. So a meeting like this should not be a surprising to anybody who lives in Nigeria. Those are part of the things we're trying to change here. And until then, we're going to be having a lot more accidental meetings until we get to our right destination. So it's part of it, and we have to also enjoy it as we move with it. Yeah. While we wait for our principal, like I said again, while I was doing my little chit chat, I was talking about the fact that 2023 was one of the most unique moments in our nation's history because here we are together collectively bounded. We're bound by ideology, not just by party affiliation or tribe or region or religion. That's the most important thing, that this nation, has this particular season of our lives. So if you're alive at this time in Nigeria, this is the best moment, much more than when the amalgamation, much more than 1914, much more than 1960, because for the first time in the history of our country, we have a string attached to us. There's an energy of essence, of life beyond how our parents, Bolanda, you gotta hold this up for me while I return back.
Okay, I don't know where Dr. Mo was going with this, but I'll try. I mean, it's like obviously, we
Bolanda is
saw.
beautiful. Bolanda, can you help me check? He's been requesting the mic. I can see that. I mean, um,
Can you see him?
I can't even see him yet, but my
I
eyes.
can't. I can't see him, and I've
Um,
looked. I can't see him. I've gone to his profile. It doesn't seem. It doesn't appear to be on his space. Um,
Saddam, you got to do some magic here. You got to find a way to export this microphone to the
like
desktop. You have to
like
find a
this
way
has
to do
happened.
this. You're a
So
magician. We've always known that we can count on you, Saddam.
Please, can I tell him to follow the handle first? Let's see if we could do something from there.
Oh, okay. I think. Um, uh,
I seen a request. Your Excellency, is that you? I've added.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ah, fantastic. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you now.
Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, yes. Finally, we can hear that voice. There's only one voice
Thank
like
you.
that on the face of the universe. You don't need to off your mic. You can just keep it there so that we can know that you're here with us. And right away, like we have said, we're excited that you're already here. I'm going to just hit it up right away so that we can maximize the time that we have here with you tonight. So once again, I want to say uh, a warm welcome to everyone who is joining us here today. If you're here, just strap on your belt because this flight is going to have some turbulence, I believe. However, you can count on. I mean, Saddam is here. The pilot is always one who, yes, regardless of the storm, you will help us navigate where we are. And of course, we have a co-pilot. Bolanle is here. She's never afraid of any of those people who will come against her. A few days ago, we saw what was happening, and she was like, "What? A general in the midst of worms and dealing with them." That's the spirit of obedience. And so, welcome, welcome, welcome each and every one of you to this beautiful evening. And I am thrilled and excited to say that this active citizens engagement with PO tonight is happening live here. We're going to take a few question and answer after PO is done with sharing with us his thoughts, his ideas, where he's been, how he's been, you know, because a few days ago I tried almost 72 hours to reach him just to be able to talk to him. He's been in the NDI conventions, DC, the convention in the US, having all kinds of things moving all around. And so, yeah, part of the updates we're going to get from him today. But essentially, like I said before, now that our meeting tonight is not the usual PO, Q&A engagement. So we're not going to exceed, if we're too long, it's going to be less than 2 hours still, but we would try as much as we can to see that we're able to energize ourselves, share thoughts, listen to PO, but most importantly, he also wants to hear from you, your voice, your concern, your hopes, and collectively how we would build a nation, one divisible nation, one nation, that will allow us, in the words of Aisha, that the son of or the child of nobody can become somebody. Essentially, that's why we're here. And so at this moment, wherever you are, just sit tight and let me allow people to do a quick introduction for us, and then we will take it from there as we engage each and every one of us. Once more, good evening from Ground Zero, where I am in Abuja, Nigeria. Pio,
Hello, can
if
you
you
hear
can
me?
hear me, Mr. Peter Obi, if you can hear me, yes, I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me?
you
Okay.
loud and clear, loud and clear.
Okay, let
Mm.
me start by thanking all of you that have joined. I've been listening for the past 20, 30 minutes to everybody's comment from Saddam to Madame Bolanle and everybody. And you, let me thank everybody. And hello, everybody who have joined in this. And I agree with Sudan that it was very sudden for us to do this. We just felt, yes, it's sudden, but let's just talk. It's not my usual space where we have 1 week to invite everybody, which will still continue. If you look for a while, I've not been able to do that because there's so many different things happening in our dear country. Basically, today is just a quick one to acknowledgement of the community call for a structure. Because I know all of you have been for a while, calling for one form of political structure in order to deal with this new birth of this new Nigeria. Some have made comments, some have said this, but for those who are close to me, I've always maintained that where we're coming from, we need time to know those who are with us in this long journey and those who are not. Not because they don't believe in what we are saying, but like it's in parable of the sower. Some people are excited about it, but they don't have the resilience and to do the sacrifice that is required. And the same thing goes on and on. So it became necessary to wait. We had to wait. We had to do whatever is possible to ensure that we don't rush the program. But where we are now, it is time to start talking on that structural issues, which we still want to do gradually. Because we now believe that we now have people who believe in this new Nigeria we're preaching, people who are ready to sacrifice for it, people who are ready to wait for it. We have now a reasonable number to start talking about it. So now is the time for a strong socio-political structure across the country, across the 30 states, one that includes not just hardcore obedience, but also over 6 to 10 million. Because I know while they said we got 6 million votes, I know we got up to 10 million. So all those who supported us, all those who voted for us, millions of Nigerians who are now experiencing the outcome of board governance in the last couple of years, we need to engage them to join this movement. We will begin with a series of consultation in the coming days and weeks for birth of this structure of millions, several millions of Nigerians who are tired of status quo and want a birth of new Nigeria. In building this structure, we're going to be totally inclusive and democratic. The process will be transparent. We will consult with so many stakeholders as possible. We want the structure to be citizen-led. So it will be demand-led, not supply-led. Because people have always said to me, why don't you appoint this one? Why don't you do this? I say, no. We're a family. This family will come out with their own structure that they will all believe in and will all monitor and see that this thing. So in it, we've nominated a number of people. I've looked at a number of people, most of you who are in this space, like Madam Bolanle, Madam Aisha, Dr. Mo, Anelo, Favor, Sam, and others. And others that will join for us to start the consultation that is required. It's not going to be all of us are doing a sacrificing for it. Getting people like Dr. Tanko, who is going around all over the place, and so many others to join us in trying to build this structure that is required. The people local, the people overseas, and all that. Yesterday I was talking to Mazi and Elomba and everything, telling them this is where we want to go and this is what we want to do. in order to start building the required structure. Because people have always talked about structure. I say, wait, you will see that as we go by. But I'm not deterred because I listened to the National Democratic Institute lecture. I mentioned it to people. It was wonderful that they talked about opposition and people losing the election. The former Prime Minister of Denmark, I think he's the foreign minister now, he's been Prime Minister 2 times, talked about what happens when you lose the election. What happens to the party? What happens to the people? That is when you really see people in the true sense. That is when you know those who can withstand the sacrifice that is required to be in opposition. And this is the case of where, in a world where nobody is harassing the opposition, in a world where nobody cares about the opposition, so you can imagine what is happening. The NATO secretary, former NATO secretary, who came after him, repeated the same thing of their experience in the UK when they lost the election as Tory party, how everything scattered. And he said it's beginning to happen to them again. He said, but most importantly, if the leader can hold on to what he believes in, with time, some disciples will turn back. Those who left will see reason, because especially when the government in office is not doing the right thing. So I thank all of you who are still here, and urge all of us, let's continue now. The result of this engagement will be formidable structure at national, regional, grassroots level, something that we can call our own as we approach the next cycles of election. The structure will enable us to field and support credible candidates at all levels of government who are committed to new Nigeria. Like most said, we're not at this stage talking about party. We're not talking about anything. I continue to tell people my belief that we will have party problems resolved. And whatever comes out, we'll all be together. This structure will enable us to ensure that integrity and competence, because we'll design a system that will only allow competent people with capacity and a call for those who have mentioned we've closed the door. It's a teamwork. We know all those who believe in what we're doing and will continue to engage. We need you to help us to recommend people who are competent, capable, have the capacity and the time, people of integrity, to help us in this structure and help us do the right things. We can't preach one thing and do the other. You've seen where people will say, oh, Peter has not done this, he's not done this, he's not done this. What I tell them is that we can't preach peace and be declaring war. We cannot say we want to obey a tweet about somebody who is being harassed. Am I aware that he's putting on fake news? And I said to him, that is why we have law courts. When somebody accused me of fomenting problem, trying to lead a protest, which I didn't know about, I didn't call him names. I sought the rule of law, which I'm going to pursue in earnest. That's the way societies are built. Societies are not built by when people call you name, you go and start fighting them on the street or kidnap them or harass them. No, that's not the new Nigeria we're talking. The new Nigeria we're talking is where people can say to Peter Obi, you're wrong, because he's a leader. Where people will talk to him and he will listen. Where people will share their ideas with him, because his job as a leader is to listen. His job is to learn. And then, if you don't believe in what the person is saying, try to convince him. And when they have a better idea, please accept it and implement it. And that is why I like listening. After this introduction, the only thing I can do is to sit down, learn, take notes from you, and that's what I intend to do now. So I now hand over to the managers of this space, assuring you that all through this space, I will be a listener. And if I'm expected to clarify or answer anything, I will answer. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. So I thank you once more for joining, and may God continue to bless all of you for your sacrifices of building a new Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. It's been a while listening to you on space, and I think it's for me it's chill mood right here. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words. Unfortunately, you have to join us with your Bona account. You couldn't join with your main account. It's good to have you here with this Bona account. So, guys, please, in case you're looking for Peter Obi's Bona account, you can just quickly follow the account that is speaking right now. He's using the Obi Peter account. And I'll pass the mic now to Dr. Mo.
I don't, Sada, I don't even know what I'm using. I just followed what you people gave me. So maybe after you teach me, I'm not a tech person. But I'm a trader. You know that my job is to implement and follow. Those of us who are trading in on is not tech people. All we want is to sell goods to who wants to buy.
Oh, no problem, sir. I'm going to teach you. That would be a problem for you. If you can calculate number of containers, I trust you that you can handle this also. I promise. But it's good to have you here. So I think we open up the floor for our people to come in. Dr. Mo, let me pass the mic to you right now. For you to go with it. Thank you.
Oh, Saddam, there is no one like you. My goodness. It just sets you off running and laughing and while, at the same time learning the best and biggest and deepest lessons of life. Yeah, so then we're going to listen to some people, and Max has ground rule. We just have between 60 to 120 minutes for whatever submissions and questions that will be asked here. But see how best we can do to accommodate quite a number of people. But very quickly, sir, you spoke, very direct and very clearly, regarding the structure that must be put in place now. You spoke about inclusivity, recommendations. You talked about character, and that's exactly what it's going to be. And and so right now, we're going to let some people come in. We have already some people on the mic, and somehow the new Nigeria family or the Obidient family, all of us who have worked, somehow is such it looks big, but yet a very small community. We are able to fish people out. And, when you spoke about recommendation, we're going to have recommendation across board, and it's going to be something that will be open for all to see, transparency. And you've made the ground rules really clear and simple and direct to the core, and exactly what is going to be. So at this moment, I'm thinking, since we have Mommy Bolanle there, we have and other people, we're going to open the floor up. But like I said, as much as possible, keep it within 2 minutes, whatever question or submission, so we can take as much as we can in the next, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And that's if there is anything requesting for um, PO's comment, or to answer, or to, clarify whatever the comments and questions are. We will take it from there. Definitely, we will not be able to take the barrage of people that have already lined up, but as much as possible, we'll do justice to be able to take as much as we can. And so we would. Saddam, what do you think? I think we have the lineup already. Like I said, with those who are already up on the mic, just take 2 minutes
Yeah, I
each. And
think yeah, but please let me just make a quick announcement on behalf of everyone on the platform. Please, if you have any thoughts based on what His Excellency just spoke about, the structure, building of the structure, there's a link that is up on the jumbotron. In case you don't know what the jumbotron is, there's this column above the speakers. You can see a tweet that have been put out there. Please, if you have thoughts, ideas, or documented processes, kindly upload it to it. There's a link up there that will be made available for the next 48 hours. So please, if you have any note, because there are so many people that I think that have been working towards building this structure, that have probably had a ground zero plan already put in place. So this link is up there for everybody. You can go on that link. You can put all your thoughts, all your processes up on that link, and for the next 48 hours, it will be open. So please, very, very important, we put that out there. So I think, Dr. Mo, back to you. We can now take speakers real quick. Then we get back to bringing up people up on the to join us up here. Thank you.
thank you, Saddam, as always. Mama B, I think the mic is good.
It's good. It's good. Thank you, Your Excellency, for your short submission, straight to the point as ever. As the obedient movement, that we have agitated for the better part of the year regarding the need for a structure, need to have leadership, you know, to take us to the next level. And you know we have listened, various groups have started things that haven't been able to progress past a few meetings. There are proposals that people have put forward, and the realization is that in order to put together to have a robust structure that can withstand the Nigerian's political space. Right, we have to put a lot of thought. We can't build too quickly. We have to be mindful of the type of people, like Pio has already pointed out, kind of people that we bring on board and that we entrust. Because literally that's what this structure is all about. Because the leadership will be about entrusting some people to take us to the next phase of our journey as a movement. And so we have considered a lot of things, and one thing that is key is the need to consult, right? The need to get buy-in. So nobody is here to impose a structure on anyone. It's the start of a process. And whilst we can all pay lip service to the need of having a structure and put it on paper, the implementation is a whole new ball game, and that will be what we will be focusing on. Um, I don't want to say much more about that, but I'm going to um, ask Dr. Analo to fill in some of the gaps. I've been quite vague with my submission, but if I'm going to pass the mic to Dr. Analo. And then after that, if Century and then Dr. David, if you can go in that, if we can go in that queue in that way, please.
Okay, hi. Thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for His Excellency who had really joined us this evening and these announcements, which has been much anticipated. And like I did mention earlier on, let's carry on with the suspense. And so I hope your suspense has been quenched now. Basically, the most important thing about building and the place we found ourselves is that we have all come together on this journey with His Excellency, and like he has always said, he was running for presidency. We are all running through him, and this is our structure. This is something that has been clamored for by everybody in terms of, oh, we want structure to maximize efficiency. There's so much benefit we can talk about, and there are also a lot of challenges that we come with such kind of development. Implementation is never easy, but the truth is, we have done so much. We have done things that people did not ever think was possible in Nigeria before. We've changed the political landscape. We've become more active, and we have more active citizens on a daily, joining and waking up to governance and the processes involved. So this is a journey that we're all going to be going through together with. And please, we want everybody to support in various ways you can. The same way we supported throughout the election. This is our house. We need everybody. We need all hands on deck to be able to build this house. So please just support in whatever way you can. There's going to be a lot of listening, which is something that is very common with our leader. We will be listening in different ways. DMs are open. If the link is up there, if you need to put out anything, you can go to that link right now. If you have a document that you've written, if you have your thoughts, you can put it into a document and pull it all together, and we will be able to assemble all of that and then to bring things together. In the you can also tweet at the hashtag, which is active citizens engagement with PO. You can put out things there if you have any thought processes. And collectively, let us build our house. And with this house, we hope that we will be able to get a better country. Thank you very much, everybody. And I'll leave it at this simple part.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Chukudi, for that rendition. At the end of the day, what we are hoping to achieve is to build a strong national and regional structure at the grassroots levels. So if you're that obedient or lover of a new Nigeria, or you're fighting for a new Nigeria, and you're asking that question, how do we build a very strong movement of 6 million, 50 million Nigerians at the grassroots, national, regional structure that would transform this nation, that would birth a new Nigeria? If you have ideas, if you are passionate, this is that call to arms. That dream you've been waiting for the past 1 year. There's going to be a lot of nominations, engagements across different levels, state, local government. There are over 1 million um, positions or engagements that needs to be filled as we try to build this movement. We're going to be reaching out to different stakeholders throughout this process. As already been stated by His Excellency, everyone is invited. In as much as you are passionate about building a new Nigeria, this is a home for everyone, and all ideas would be captured, and together would create something amazing. Thank you very much. I think, David, you're next.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Peter Obi, for your leadership. Thank you for your vision. You have inspired, by your leadership and your vision, inspired a new generation of Nigerians to take control of their country, to participate in the process of nation building, and more importantly, and particularly to participate in the process of building a new Nigeria. This time has come, and I know you talk in illustrations, which is very, very important. You have provided the real estate, the land, and you're inviting everybody here to come in and try to structure this land and put up the kind of building, the kind of houses, the kind of real estate that they would like to see in this land. And again, thank you for that. But I also want to thank all of you who are here. You are here because of your commitment, of your dedication, of your strong desire to see a new Nigeria. Here is our moment. Here is our moment to shape that new Nigeria. So as the consultations go on, be a part of that process. Take ownership of the process. And let's frame the structure, the process. We're not just going to build a process, but a process that reflects our collective will, our collective views. And not only that, that will be effectively lead us to achieve our goals. So I thank you for your courage. I thank you for your commitment. There's a lot more work to be done, and I hope all of you would join in this process to build a new Nigeria. Thank you once again, and I'm delighted to be a part of this movement.
Thank you, everyone. I know I've only put up one person on the stage. If you are before you unmute your mic, you have 2 minutes. Please just go straight to your question, or or if it's a submission, just keep it succinct, please. As much as possible. Thank you. What is this person's name? Ike. If you Ike infos, Ike, right, that's you. Do you want to unmute your mic and ask the question?
Good evening, everyone. Saddam, Dr. Mo, in your excellency, Peter Obi, I greet you specially. I give you double never salute. Very quick one. I want to thank you for all you do for stirring the hope in all of us in Nigeria. I want to thank you for being a very formidable opposition to the Nigerian government. I have learned. I happen to be a new voter, and I have learned through you to be able to be patient in trying to achieve the new Nigeria that we want to achieve. I have learned. And I speak on behalf of my colleagues presently serving in Lake Chad, in Zamfara, who are earnestly trying to endure for this same new Nigeria. You know, I plan to also as well hold a space, if possible, by the special grace of God, for all military personnel and ask a one valid question. Must there be a casualty when there is ever a riot or a protest in Nigeria? Must there be a casualty? Is that how we're trained? It's not allowed. It shouldn't be. So I don't know if there is a wrong. Although yes, in our WhatsApp group, I know we have bad eggs, just like some families will have bad eggs. I see them, the religious bigots and the ABC, whatever. I see their rotics. So in building the structure we need to be able to achieve this new Nigeria we want, I would earnestly tell my colleagues, Obidient, wherever you are, please don't give up. We need numbers, and it starts with the voters. Anybody who is 18 years is entitled to start registering to have a voter's card. So I've advised my younger brother, my last born at home, once it's ready, he's going to start enlisting to get himself a voter's card in preparation for 2027. If we had 6 million, we need to triple it to have more numbers by then. So this is just what I have at stock. I saw a document, a place for documentation, whatever we want to, if we've written a document, possibly that could be done as well. So thank you for bringing me up in the space. Thank you, sir, for all you've done for Nigeria, for lifting, for giving us this view of hope in achieving the new Nigeria that we want to achieve. Thank you very, very much, sir. I'm very grateful.
All right, thank you very much. Mambala, are you there?
I am, but I don't seem to be able to see speakers at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Have you brought some other people up? If you
Maybe
have,
you drop and come back.
yeah, perhaps I'll do that then. Oh no, I can see them now. I can see them all of a sudden. If you're up on the stage, could you help me by raising your hand so that I can see that you're ready to speak? And again, it's 2 minutes, as much as possible. Um, okay, right. So I can only see one hand raised. Jack, is that you? Yes, Jack the Builder. All right, 2 minutes. Question or submission, please.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Madam Bolanle, and good evening, everyone. Your Excellency, good evening. Good to have you. Always a pleasure to be part of both online and offline meetings with you. I must say that the what you gave to us this evening for me is a big news. It is something that a lot of us have been clamoring for the longest, and I'm happy that you have yielded and I decided that we are going to go this path. I just have one suggestion, sir, which is I mean this is my personal opinion. I think that before this new structure is fully in place, I think that it is necessary that we still have maybe like maybe a conference or something where you know because again there are a lot of, if you look at the space right now, you see, okay, we have about 2,000 people, let's say 3,000 obedience, but there are a lot of leaders offline that don't even have access to internet, that really worked hard in the last election. I think personally that before we talk about the next level, it's important that we actually thank them, right? And say, for the work done the last time, well done. And then this is the new path that we think we should go going forward. This is something I think is important because I mean, a lot of people have also said that this is necessary at this point, and that's just my submission. Thank you so much for being with us at this point. Thank you.
Your Excellency, do you want to respond to that?
Hello?
Yeah, do you want to respond to what Jack just said?
Are you are you people hearing me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you very well.
Did you hear what Jack said?
Yes, I do. I do. I'm listening.
Okay, yeah. So I wondered if you wanted to say anything to it.
Then, should I go ahead? Is everybody hearing me?
I think yeah. So we can all hear you. Go
We can
ahead,
hear
sir.
you.
Okay. Jack, thank you very much for your suggestion. And I agree with you. And what I think we're going to do is to do all that simultaneously now because that's part of the consultation. I'm going to say thank you to
Yes, everybody can hear you.
those people. If it's possible, Jack, like I said, if anybody says he wants me here, so and so place to be able to meet this group of people and say thank you to them, that's it. And Jack, like we said, it is something all of us, including you, and I'm going to help to source out the people, all those people who helped. We don't want to leave anybody behind. We want everybody's involvement. But right now, we have need for a structure that can help us. And this structure is not like, in a political structure, it's not an inflexible thing. A flexible thing in political structure is like a moving vehicle, transport vehicle, who will be picking passengers, some will be dropping, others will be joining, but we now need to move. There must be drivers who are driving this vehicle. Passengers are coming in and out, but that vehicle have a destination, and that's basically the structure. So we will have people who are going to pick if we leave from Abuja to, and now maybe we're going to Lagos, but now we'll get to local job. Some people who are good and are ready, they will pay for will continue. Then some people will say, okay, well, listen, we're tired because, like I said before, It's a long, tedious journey that requires all the sacrifice. But what you said, I hear it very well. And I'm sure we're taking notes and we'll be implementing it as we go along.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Um, Thank you, Jack. Next person to go will be Arewa Chick. Hey, Han, hope you're good. Do you want to unmute your mic and speak? Submission or
Yes,
question,
Mommy
2
B.
minutes.
Mommy B, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Your Excellency, Peter Obi. It's such an amazing evening, and I think I am already excited. I feel uplifted with what I'm already hearing. Trust me, I for one, when I saw the flyer, I was like, wait, why this short notice? And then secondly, I was like, what is this man coming to tell us that we've not heard before? Like, I was I was just asking questions within myself. And then I'm also glad, Dr. Mo, that you didn't let the cat out of the bag, and we got to hear from His Excellency himself the plans for the structure. And I must say it's a very commendable one because it's very right now. It's very timely. That's what we all need right now because of the things that are happening. And I'll also suggest that in as much as we call ourselves obedience, we should also know that we now have a good number of people who have seen the light and who are ready to embrace good governance rather than lies, spaghetti, rice, or whatsoever that they use in buying people over. So we should also be accommodating and open to accepting these people because we need the numbers, we need more people. It's not all about obedient. We have other good people who want good governance, who have seen the light and are willing and ready to embrace this. And like I said, let me commend this effort, and I hope that we get it right for once. And hopefully, come 2027, we will do what needs to be done to get our country back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arewa Chick. Please, if you want to speak, please put your hands up so that I can know that you're actually ready to speak. Right. So the next person to speak is Dark Horse. 2 minutes. Question or submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Your Excellency, to this very important engagement. I'm proud of this. I have to especially thank the organizers of this forum because it's timely and most of us are so happy looking at the fact that people have been waiting for this kind of opportunity, as a booster after all we are going through, looking at what is happening in our nation today. Uh, the the time has come, I believe, to stand together as brothers and sisters to make our party greater. Using this kind of forums, we can build on our cohesiveness, and going forward, we will be stronger than ever. So I'm happy these kinds of engagements are coming up. First, there must be mutual trust between all of us as brothers and sisters if we must succeed. I'm not going to say much to our principal, Your Excellency Peter Obi, and other Labour Party leaders, of course. I want us to remember that if we do not act quickly, uh, the destruction of our party is all but assured, looking at what is happening. And I hope these kinds of forums will provide solutions and way forward regarding making things better. We can use the obedient movement, for example, both as political fighting tool and a shield, if you understand what I'm saying. So I think the work begins now. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, once more for coming to address issues, which is very important to us at the grassroots level. My name is Kamal Yusuf from Kanu State. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kamal Yusuf. Thank you. Umbola, are you there?
2 minutes. Take over for 2 minutes, please.
All right, thank you. Let us, please, guys, if you're up here and you want to ask a question, please, your hands should be up. We have hundreds of requests, and we'll be doing injustice to the people that really want to ask questions. And if you have been brought up, please just do us a favor by raising up your hand so we know you want to ask questions. We have to drop you for other people to come up, please. Thank you. All right, let's just, Mr. Peter, do you want to respond to Kamal, or we can get more questions?
Go on.
So do you want to okay, okay, let's go. Let's take more. Probably we run them in twos, then we circle back to you. All right, Chinom. So please, Chinom. So you have the space. Please, in 2 minutes, you can ask your question or your brief submission. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, please, can you hear me?
You're audible. Go on, sir.
All right, so good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Peter. I'll go straight to the point. Now, we did very well during the last election. You know, we surprised everybody, surpassed expectations. And then, to an extent, we built structures, right? So, I've noticed a trend recently, and that happened immediately during after the general election. There is a targeted effort, an organized effort to crumble those structures that we labored so hard to build, using the tool of tribalism and religion. So I would like us, and this will also help us heal, us to just create activities, organized activities that will help us heal, that will foster unity on the side of tribe and also in religion. That's all I have to say. Good evening once again, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Peter Obi.
Thank you. Very good comment.
All right, Big Joe, please come in right now. Please, guys, one more time. Please raise your hands if you're up on the speaker section, please, so we can take you up if you want to speak, please. Thank you, guys. Big Joe, please come in right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Saddam, and good evening, His Excellency Peter Obi. Thank you very much for making out time to join us. I will try to make it very quick. I have a question, I have a comment, and then I have a plea. So I will start with the plea, right? And then the comment, and then a question. The plea goes thus. Anyone who knows me knows that I have continued to advocate strongly and passionately for this structure since after the last elections, because I know there is no politics, there is no winning elections without structures. You could do very well, but the system to ensure that this victory will be protected can only be possible with structures. And that's why I'm very happy that His Excellency finally is giving a nod in this direction. Thank you very much, sir. So I will appeal with all the comrades and obedience on this platform, outside the platform, that please, let's not be very pushful to say we must lead. I would say let's put ourselves as servants. Let's put ourselves as workers. Let's imagine that this is something that we are all hands that are in a farm that promises a very bumper harvest. The idea is whatever role, whatever responsibility, whatever skill set you bring, put it to the grind mill, put the nose to the grind mill. And I completely appeal that we should not, for desperation to try to be at the center of affairs, disrupt this very good initiative. I appeal to everyone, please take on a bit into the future. That's my appeal. The to university, young people who are about to write work, young people who are about to start their master's program. This is our target market. Database that can be referred to before, during, and after elections. All of the people on the co-hosting platform must have basis at the grassroots. If we start to coordinate the structure from Abuja and regions, and we're not doing anything at the grassroots, the impact will not be felt. The results will never come. If the results are to come, let's dedicate most of our people, the foot soldiers, to become more active at their ward level, at their subunit level, at their local government level, before you start to talk of state responsibilities. In fact, anybody who wants to help this structure should think of how you help this structure from your ward level, from your unit level, from your local government, before your state level. Let's decluster the center. I hope this becomes the mindset that we go into this structure with. Let's declutter the center. Let's empower the transition of this structure vis-a-vis the Labour Party, which was the platform on which you ran for presidency the last time. I know you may not be fully prepared for that answer, and I am not desperate to get the answer right. It to give us in crystal clear terms
I've
how
lost
you
you.
want us. Okay, so the question
We
is,
can hear you, Victor.
on a train, so it's a bit shaky sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, and then be able to reach the targets that we expect. So this is the question I do have. How are we going to?
Okay. Thank you very much. I don't think since you said you don't expect the answer tonight, I'll also keep the answer. Hello?
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, for me, but what I can tell you is that I share what you're saying and I listen to what you're saying. The reality is that that out before we proceed. And I listened to what you said about us ensuring that this thing will be driven by grassroots. It is not going to be driven by people at the center. Just like I listened to the last speaker who talked about issues of tribalism, religion, and everything. And that's why we're coming up so that people see We're not a tribal group. We're not a religious group. Throughout my campaign, and one man who maintained, let nobody vote for me because of my tribe. No, nobody vote for me because of my religion. Vote for me because, as I continue to say, I will start driving this car on the right route. I will start going on the right road. I will put it on the right trajectory, which is what is happening in every other. Not be different.
Big Joe, thank you. Let's run up real quick, Mr. Ibrahim. You want to come in right now, please, guys? Please let's do justice to this space and for the time we have here, please. We have over 100 requests of people that want to come up here and ask questions or speak. So please, if you find yourself up here, and also maybe many of you don't know that you've been given the mic. Please, if you're listening, please check up whether you've been called up so you can just see. Just please do us the honors of raising up your hand so we know you're ready to speak. If you're not ready to speak, we can always bring you down and bring you back up for other people to please come up and ask questions. So please, guys, very, very important. Mr. Ibrahim, if you're there, you can please ask your question real quick. Then I'll come to you, Tunde.
Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Excellency, for always giving us your time to keep asking you how we are going to build a new Nigeria of our dream. I came in a little bit late, but I have heard some of what other people are saying, and I so much believe that when you want to set up something that will work, I think it's good that we brought it here. Everybody has listened. And from the conversation, I already understand that a small number of people are supposed to put themselves in small area or a small place to come up with the modalities of how we're going to do it. Because I think if you listen to the news today, I think the Labour leadership were not too helpful. The kind of words we listed, they send out, I think it's really, really very painful. I think people that are very close to the leadership,
Who sent out?
Labor leadership, the warning, they make a warning to almost everybody. Say no more. He warns got some of the headlines that we're going to see tomorrow. It's okay. What they have said, we have read through and we have shared all the document that they have released, which is okay. We are not going to strangle anything, and we are not going to destroy our own party because it's a party that we, the people around here, we built, and people more especially in the north. A lot of young people are very excited. They have seen an alternative to PDP and the APC. A lot of them are coming up. They want to really join the party. They want to register. Where are they going to register? But the crisis is still holding people back. But I think it's something that at least when the small group that you are going to select that will sit down, I think it's going to be very easy for us to start to write up something that can help us to organize these people. People want to contest on this platform, which is going to give us a structure, and people that really wants to work in different groups that have been meeting us, that have been sending requests to almost every one of us here. So, notwithstanding, we really need the party because the party is the vehicle. And I think God has given our chairman, Mr. Abure, the greatest gift of life for him to show big heart, to see things beyond himself, to see that, okay, if I relinquish this position, for example, this can give out a new Nigeria, then my name will be written in gold in the next 100, 200 years. He is doing it for himself, for his children and grandchildren. I don't know who behind the scene. He cannot see this unveiled, what is covering him to see this. Because if it is me, I think it's the greatest opportunity for anybody to step aside or to step down or to organize a unity, what they call it, unity convention that will usher in a new Nigeria. I think that's the greatest opportunity given to any other person. Look at after many years of military, people have been abusing the military. People have fought the military for democracy. But when Abdul Salam came, what he did, he just give room for us to have this democracy, and he now become a champion. He can go anywhere. He can visit anybody. He can be a superstar. People snapping picture with him. Everybody. Just what he has not done anything. He just have a transition for us to have the democracy. So I think this is the greatest opportunity. But maybe the people that are listening to me, the people that are close to our chairman Aburi, let him see the bigger picture. Nobody is coming to take away any position from him. What we just want is we want something that can bring that new Nigeria that all of us are hoping. And we see this Labour Party, and we see this Labour movement, and we see the people around the Obidient and other groups that are coming. If we can really enhance this party, given the structure that we need, because we know we won the election in 2023. It's just that we don't have the structure to fight
Ajay Ibrahim.
and hold it. So I think my question is that with the update of what is happening tonight, as in what happened today from the Labour Party, what is the take for Mr. Peter Obi on us to move forward in charging to withdraw our membership, to push in our membership, or to create and force a convention that is going to unify the party and give us a platform?
Mr. Ibrahim, thank you.
Well,
Thank you very much
Ibrahim,
for
thank you
that.
for your comments. But
At least
this
you
night,
made it very clear that you
Sorry,
came in late into
Dr.
this
Mo, Dr. Mo,
conversation.
Dr. Mo, can you hear me?
Even though what you said is something, I mean,
Dr. Mo, can you hear
many
me?
of us have not even seen that or heard about that. So it's something breaking.
Sorry, Mr. Peter, can you hear me?
yes, I can.
Please respond to respond to Ibrahim.
Well, Ibrahim, like I said, what we're here is to gradually talk about issue of the obedient movement. For what you have said, all I can tell you is hold on. We will all be seeing things as they go on in future. You know, in my little experience in life, I've learned one thing: there's virtue in patience, there's virtue in exhausting reason, there's virtue when people call you you're weak, when you know that you're strong, or you can. So for me, just hold on. The party will have its own situation, which I think a series of comments. I've listened to those who are commenting about OT and everything. As you know, if you read the constitution of the party, those who are remaining in the party today, who are leaders of the party, is OT is among them and his deputy. Unfortunately, most of us don't read the constitution. That's why they always talk about me. I'm a very rule of law person. I follow everything according to the rules. Where I'm going to go against it, I have to also give convincing, cogent and convincing reason why I'm going to do that. So I listened to what you said, and I can only say, don't worry. It is all issues we're going to be taking in the coming days and weeks.
All right, thank you very much. So I think let's run up real quick to the speakers up here. Let's take a lady, Valerie Ogakova. Sorry if I killed your name, but please, you have the space in 2 minutes, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, MS Sadam. Thank you, Peter Obi, for indulging us on this space. So I don't know, I just joined the space. I hope nobody has asked this question. I just wanted to ask Peter Obi if or what he thinks about people that feel he isn't radical enough. I know we've been asking this question for so long, but what do you think about people that maybe feel as if when maybe there's something you need to speak on, maybe you don't say it on time, maybe because you're busy. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the end bad governance protesters? Okay, I have two questions. What do you think about the end bad governance protesters and the ones that have been detained for 60 days and all the rest, and about PDOM and the other journalists? Particular
Its citizens must always, always hold their government accountable. And when I talk about citizens, I talk about citizens. It's going to be everybody. It is not left for, say, Peter Obi, anybody to hold government accountable. I'm doing my own as much as I can. And I'm sure that no other opposition is doing what I'm doing in terms of being engaged, moving around, and everything. That is why even when people say, oh, maybe he's this or he's this, I laugh because those who are saying it have invited at least 6 and say, I want you to go from where to here to me. More will recall when somebody said something and I said, we are going to Osun State tomorrow and I want you to join me. He said, when are we leaving? I said, we are leaving Lagos 4:35 a.m. He said, no, why don't we stay up to 10? Peter, is it not possible to do this? Before the man wake up, I was already in Oshobo. And it's not this. They forgot that I'm in Southern Boronu. They forgot that I went to Katangu in Southern Gombe and on, difficult places to campaign, and I still going all those places today. More will tell you, I left Kogi 7 p.m. not seen anywhere on the road to sleep. How many people insisted we sleep with them, and I said I'm going to Enugu. So when you do all that, people don't. All of us needs to engage them. It is not about me. It is about all of us collectively. If you look at what government is doing to the big and famous today in Nigeria, if you look at what they are doing to people who speak, just imagine what I'm going through. Just imagine it. So it's easier for people to go on and say, I comment on issues like you see me with first thing I do when I get any news, like the one I did this morning. I was traveling in America, legal comments, protest, agitation. And when I was campaigning, I said it. I will talk with every protester, agitator, this. All I want you to do is say the reason why you're protesting. Tell us why you're agitating. Don't just say for the sake of it, there's about governance. No. If you said we can state the things why I don't just go, that's why I go and do the research, have the facts, have everything, so that when it is verified, people can see, even if it's somebody who made the statement, yes, do so on another person's. And usually those who come close to me will ask me, oh, this is this, this is this, this is this. And most of you who are in this space do that. You see that when they send me, oh, you have, but thank you.
Coming, probably they came in late and they wants to build a tweet up there where you can share your thoughts, your ideas. If you have any idea about how what you think the structure should look like,
Just like most people, and I believe you will follow it to the letter. But here is my plea to you, and please, please, and please, I would beg you, sir, with everything I is solid. This structure would stand the test of time, and this structure would live beyond you and I and every other candidates in Abia State. Enugu State slipped by us. We can't afford to let Edo State go by. I will
None. I mean, I have never asked for anything from you. And this one, I would ask till I see the result. I am being
No
honest.
problem.
This is part of the structure we are building to outlive everybody. So thank you, Your Excellency. God bless you, and may God continue to give you the wisdom to live. Thank you, everybody, and bye for now.
Thank
Saddam,
you very
put me
much, big
down, my
man. Thank
brother.
you very much.
God bless you, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let's go real quick. Wendy, please, guys, if you're up here, you want to ask a question, please, the answer should be up. Please, we are way above time and we want to make sure we bring as much people up as possible. Wendy, please, you have the space in 2 minutes. Thank you. Wendy, can you hear me? Wendy. All right, let's run to Tunde. Tunde, please, you have the space. Thank you. 2 minutes, please.
Yes, good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to be on the space. I available, to Nigerians, especially at this appreciate their contributions, and of course, let me also use this opportunity to, of course, we all know how it went, but something significant happened. There had never been anything like it in the history of our elections. There had not been anything like it in the history of our country as a people. That the whole country will rally around one candidate. It has never happened. And it wasn't because of the party upon which this candidate actually contested. It was because of his personality. It was because of the transparency. It was because of the trust that the whole country, from the 6 regions of the country, have in him. So, and when I heard someone talk about what party and not party. We are not even. It's not even about party. It's about the personality of who is leading the party. So, and I think when we also talk about structure, structure is very important. I like that. We need to understand that our discussions must also center around what will be the mission and the vision of the structure that we are talking about. Because we can't just be having conversations about what we need to discuss issues. What are the issues in our country right now? I mean, even the blind and the dumb would tell you that the insecurity that is proliferating across regions in the country does not know tribe nor religion. So everyone is a victim. We should be discussing issues around electoral reforms, to implement transparent, credible, and inclusive electoral processes to ensure fair representation. We should be discussing issues around institutional strengthening.
Sorry, Tunde, can you hear Madam Brownlee was trying to
Today, can
interject?
you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think he can. But Saddam, can you try and keep him up? He's going on for a bit too long. We're trying to wrap up the space. Thank you.
Okay. Please,
Can
if
you
you could
hear
wrap
me?
up in 30 seconds, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I didn't know you were hearing me. So we should discuss more about citizen engagement. We should discuss leadership accountability. You know, there must be promotion of transparency and accountability, and even the consequence of misconduct among our leaders. You know, civic education. You know, decentralization. You know, these are issues. Even the sustained pressure, because there is no part of our constitution that says we cannot protest as citizens. So we need to maintain consistent pressure on leaders and institutions through peaceful protest, advocacy, and media engagement. So these are my submissions, and I think with these issues we'll be able to actually determine what will be the mission and the vision of the structure. These are issues we should make sure that we engaged and discuss, you know, from time to time. Thank you very much, and once again I appreciate you, His Excellency Peter Obi, for being available. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
Thank you very much, Tunde. Thank you very much. I hope His Excellency got your submission and the points well noted down. So let's run to Jackie, please. Jackie, you have the space in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, fellow obedience. Good evening, Your Excellency. My name is Jackie Wyas. Quickly, I wasn't there when His Excellency spoke, but from what I'm getting, Jack mentioned we need to have an obedience national convention. I think that's long overdue. It is something that would aid and help the movement move stronger. And another thing I wanted to talk about was mentorship. Young leaders, a lot of us here are young. We're looking to be mentored. So if we could a little bit of mentorship into our program, it could be an annual mentorship program for maybe 2 months to 4 months. I think that would help for young leaders like some of us are coming up. If His Excellency and some other people can mentor us, that would be very helpful. So that's my submission. That will be all. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Jackie. His Excellency, I hope you heard that also. So I'll just run real quick to our last speaker for tonight, Idan. Idan,
Yeah, good.
please.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Peter Obi. I'll be very short. I appreciate all what you have done for the country, for the youth, for giving us hope once more. I am one person that doesn't really enjoy discussing politics because I don't want to get involved. But during the 2023 election, I had loads of conversation with everybody on my social media and then including my families that they had to ask me if I have been given money by Labour Party. But I really believed in you because I served in River State in Obricom and I see the resources that Nigerian is blessed with. I've seen what we have and what we can achieve. And I believe that for me, the solution to Nigerian problem is from the leader. I believe that from the top, if we have a president that is willing to change the nation, we are going to begin to enjoy everything we need as a nation. My one point is we need when building the structures also, please, we need lawyers that are going to be available to get people out of crisis with the police that as regards supporting Peter Obi, because I think these current political structures are just out to silence everybody, to just make people disappear. I don't know what they really benefit. Okay, they are probably stealing from the country, but we need people to be able to know that, oh, this person have been arrested in so places, and then we have people on ground to go and get them out, because I can't imagine over 1,000 people still locked up for protesting for good governance, and then voices to get them out is hard. And courts, I've also seen in news about the courts extending their remand for over 60 days. I can't imagine what is going through people, their psychology and then their emotions. And they are going to be broken to come out again and then to come and join the movement again. Please, I just want people, like, I just want solutions to the problem with the police, the courts. I know it's hard with the government in power and everything, but we need to just have a structure of getting people out as fast as we can, like they did in Kenya. Because I just saw the news that over 200 people were killed during the Kenya protest, but everybody locked up. Most people locked up are already released. Please, we know people always die during struggles. I pray nobody die anyways, but we always know in struggle it's hard to fight a corrupt government. We just need people to get out of detention and or getting locked up. And thanks for the PDOM case also for lending a voice, because I sent out a tweet and some people were castigating me that why am I commanding Peter Obi? Is Peter Obi that chief for me to just? I was not commanding His Excellency. I was just emotionally troubled about him being locked up, because I know I've experienced Nigerian police several times and I know how they operate and I know what they'll probably be doing to the guy. That's my submission. Thank you very much, Peter Obi. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God bless everybody that believe in the new Nigeria that is going to happen very soon. Good night.
All right, thank you very much, Idan. And let's just take our last speaker, Pels. Please, you have the space in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, Your Excellency, and good evening, the organizers of this space, and good evening, everyone here. I really don't have much to say. I just want to say, sometimes we as human beings, we expect a leader who we look up to react to things at the heat of the moment. But, being who he is, I'm glad he actually cleared that up, that he likes to actually observe and investigate things before he reacts. Thank you very much, sir, for that. And thank you for lending your voice to for a good cause and for the release of the journalists who have been arrested by the NPF. And we also look forward to the release of Pedam, who, as I'm speaking right now, I'm getting messages that he's been tortured and all that. I hope that they do the right thing, like you said, charge him to court, even though so many of us do not believe in the court system, but at least let them charge him to court. Having said that, I would like to just round up by urging every obedience on this space here today. I know that sometimes the energy level might be quite low as it is right now, but I'd like for us to keep it high. Keep it very high. I know that it may not be easy considering the situation we find ourselves in right now in our nation. We did not sign up for this. Obedience. We know we did not sign up for this. We knew who the right candidate was and is, and we supported him. Unfortunately, we found ourselves here today. But I'd like for us to keep the fighting spirit. Let's keep hope high until we achieve that new Nigeria, which I believe is possible. I also like to urge everyone here that while advocating for good governance, let's look out for one another. Let's all look out for one another. You know, the times are evil. The government of the day does not care about anybody. We have ourselves. It's just ourselves we have. So we have to look out for each other. Let's keep supporting one another in any little way we can. Let's look out for one another and love each other. And there are ways, in small ways, we can reach out to other people in the society. It may not be big, it may not be even in a material form or financial, but even with words of encouragement alone, we can look out for one another and keep everybody on path for the new Nigeria, which we all are looking forward to. For instance, tomorrow is my birthday, and I would like to. A lot of people are already sending me lots and lots of messages, even my family members and friends who want to celebrate with me. But I follow the path of our leader here, who usually urge people to donate whatever they want to give him for his birthday to good causes. And I'm doing the same. I've urged my family and friends to donate to good causes. Some have sent me pictures already. of where they've done donations, even to charitable causes and all over. And I personally will also visit an orphanage and IDP tomorrow somewhere, to donate relief materials to them. These are little ways in which we can reach out to people in the society while we also demand for good governance from the governments of the
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so, so much, Pels, and happy birthday for tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful day. We're wrapping up the space now. In the coming days and weeks to come, we'll be reaching out to people on an incremental level. So if you haven't heard anything this week, doesn't mean that we have forgotten about you. It's not the case. As you know, we have a huge movement and we have to do it in phases. So if you just look out, watch out. Um, so when it comes to, like for example, nominations for your local area, right? Everyone's local area. So we would be coming to you for suggestions and we will look at those people. So it's a long process, but we're going to try and do it as quickly as possible. But again, it's about those putting those building blocks in place, right, one after the other, so that we don't make mistakes, right? We want a formidable structure that will stand the test of time and that will help us heralding that new Nigeria that we all have been agitating for, we've all been dreaming for, and we're hoping for. I'm going to hand back to Saddam, who would then ask Pio for his last remarks, and then we would wrap up the space. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mbonandi. Thank you, guys. Please, I just want to add, many people are already asking and trying to give suggestions, trying to put in their proposals, and they're trying to come up and speak. We have hundreds of requests. We can't bring up more speakers. But please, up on the Jumbotron there's a link where that will be up for the next 48 hours. You can go up there and put in, upload whatever you want to upload, whatever thoughts you have, whatever ideas you have. If you have any ground zero plan that you already built towards this structure, because I think this structure conversation have been going on for a very long period of time, and many people have already there are many people that have been doing things on their own. So please, it's that time for us to consolidate. You can just go up there and share your ideas. You'll be reached out to by the team, definitely, to make sure that we get more from you. But please, and please, this link will be up for the next 48 hours, and that's why this space had to be a very open one for everybody to come in and share your thoughts with His Excellency. So I'm going to pass the mic right now to His Excellency. Thank you to every one of you that have come out tonight. This, despite a short call, you guys came out to your numbers. It's been an amazing conversation from my side. But let me pass the mic to His Excellency, probably for a final word and final thoughts, and also to please remind you guys that this is not Peter Obi's media space. Don't forget that. It's very, very important to know that this is not his media space. This is just an engagement on what is coming up with the structure. But let me pass the mic to him to do better on that. Mr. Peter, please, you can come now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Go on.
Okay, all I'll say again is thank you for sacrifice. Thank you. And I thank the person who mentioned about one of us that died. Please kindly let me know through any means you can whenever there's such, so that we can reach out to the person's family, so they know that we are a family. It is important that I know. I still would like the person who mentioned it to reach out to any of you, so that if the person is somebody who have a family, maybe a wife and this, can give them a, even send people across to condole them. Then for all of us to continue the sacrifice, like I said, I for one is people are talking about attack and everything. Just imagine what people are getting, so you can imagine what I go through. But I assure you of my commitment, and I want you to is similarly committed. There's no alternative to this journey. If we see one, we'll acknowledge. But there's none. And it is important that people understand that we have to continue on this trajectory because there's no alternative to what we're doing. Things are worsening every day. And those of us who are in government, as far as I'm concerned, are not bothered. As I was mentioning to people about how the capital budget of our primary health care and capital budget of all our teaching hospitals being below what we used to buy jets, anything. It's nothing anybody can imagine. No other country can that happen. So it is for all of us to hold our hands together within the law and continue to say what is right, continue to criticize what is right, continue to do and stand on the truth. But we will continue in the right direction. And I'm sure we will remain and continue to succeed. Thank you. May God Almighty bless all of you, bless this noble endeavor, and bless all suffering and all Nigerians who don't know where the next meal will come from. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you. Please, we call the end of the space right now. Thank you to all of you that came out.